It's a privilege. We love what we do. We really enjoy it. Every day is different, and Westjet is a really neat story to tell. So for us to be invited along here is a real privilege. We don't consider ourselves experts. Like Tony said just a few minutes ago, this industry is just a few years old, really. And as a company, we've just ticked over 3 years now in social media. So we haven't got it all worked out, and we're not going to for quite a while. But for us to come here and share some of our experience with you is a real privilege, and I hope you can take something away from what we've learned, because I've certainly taken away quite a bit as well. By the way, thanks to the other speakers this afternoon for stealing all my content. So if you've seen all this before, you probably have, but I'm going to put an Australian accent on the top, and hopefully it'll sound a little fresher. So we'd already discovered, come 3 years ago when we had to decide what we were going to do with social media, we felt we'd already discovered our secret sauce. Here's the real quick one. Why do we get into social media? Because our guests are there too. We found out that our guests are already on social media. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on blogs and forums, talking about their travel experiences, where maybe they would go to next. They were talking about what happened when they flew last week, and the aviation geeks among us were on forums talking about what airlines might do next, and where they might fly to, and what aircraft type they might add, so that one day maybe they can service smaller cities in Canada. So our guests were there. So as an organization that wants to connect with people right in the same way we've done all the way back since day one, we wanted to connect with our people on social media too. So for us, it was revolutionary. Sorry, it was evolutionary, not revolutionary. But celebrating those success and sharing those stories, they're not new. It's not like social media came around and all of a sudden it happened. There's an evolution for us here, and an opportunity to kind of hear more, perhaps. But it didn't change who we are. It didn't change anything about our business. And then there's bad experiences too. So much has been written, a lot has been said about bad experiences. Tony said earlier that nobody likes to hear about the bad experiences. And we quite do like to hear about those things, because if they're not being told to us directly on social media, on Facebook or on Twitter, then people are probably going to put it on their own Facebook page where we can't see it and we can't respond. We can't have an ear on their conversations that they're having around the dinner table that night if something didn't go as planned and we really let someone down. We already had ways for people to connect with us. Feedback form, letters again, faxes. People probably use faxes to send to us. There's one in the building, I think, somewhere. But those things already existed, and all of a sudden, again, we get bigger ears to hear what people are saying about us, and we get given the chance to respond. So take a look here. This one, there is a little small for you to see. I'll read it out. Stephanie T says, another flight delay from San Francisco. There's no fog. Arr! I think it sounds like a pirate. I don't know. We reply, sorry, there was fog early this morning in San Francisco. Air traffic control is slowing down the traffic into that area. She replies, she says, thanks for the info. That wasn't passed on to us earlier today. So she could have sat there stewing in a boarding lounge about this and really getting frustrated. Instead, she tweets us. We give her an apology. And from the tone in her second tweet there, in her reply, like, friends on again. What we've done is turned our frontline agents into roving social media reporters. We've only just started to get the content coming into us now, but we have an email address so that if the opportunity presents itself, they can grab their phone, snap a picture of, it might be each other, a cute little dog picture like that, or it might be a kid dressed up as a pilot who's flying with us. We get really cool sunset pictures from all across the network while our agents are standing waiting for planes to come in. And we're getting this fun stuff. What we know is that you take 8,500 people with a personality and you mobilize them to move 50 to 60,000 people every day across North America, and you end up with some really fun stories. We've only just dabbled in this, and you're going to start to see more and more of this, because when this picture is wedged in between your cousin's cute baby picture and your best friend just got engaged, our post that's stuck in the middle there better be really good. And as Colleen was saying earlier, people want to be on the inside. We know that from our airports. If we're having a joke amongst ourselves, people come up and you're having a fun time, and they're trying to get in on the action. And it's the same thing in social media. We put up a picture of our people having fun or playing pranks on each other, and it makes them feel part of the family. And here's the things that we found over the course of the last 3 years. We found that social media cannot create interesting stories out of nowhere. It cannot stop guest service failures from happening or prevent people from talking about us. It cannot force guests into conversation with us. It cannot sit isolated away from anything else within our company. It cannot make our people more kind and caring. And it cannot make our guests more appreciative. But here's the things that we have found. It can be used to tell and retell the stories of our brand, product, and our people. It can be used and gives us additional opportunities to connect with upset guests. It equips followers with stories and photos which turn them into brand ambassadors. It complements existing retail marketing activities and is ideal for sharing about our community investment initiatives. We feel that these things you can replicate. You might not have an airline with 8,800 people, and maybe you don't have a national presence like we do. But we think anyone can take majority of this and make it work for your business. We love what we do. We're really proud of our work. We've got a long way to come. And we're getting there. I've got plenty of takeaways just from the afternoon that I've spent here today. And so to be here is a real honor and to share some of our story. So thank you so much.